Okay, I started it. See when it comes up and you can post it.
Oh shit. Oh, this it kicked me out of the lobby because I was inactive too long. Fuck.
Wait, what's your
I'm on my alt.
Yeah.
Is it the same lobby code?
Probably.
2260. I don't know what it is. What is it? 22658104.
Okay. Looks pretty good.
Doesn't say you're live yet.
Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. You're right. I don't know why. I can just post it myself if you want.
Okay, that works.
I just pinged Zygarde League. And that's good.
Yeah.
In Zygarde General. Okay. Okay, there we go. Already, let me pull up the stream chat. So I have that. And I'm ready to go. My apologies for being slightly delayed. Hello. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Glowing Oak. The regulars. Okay.
Can you do ready checks for me, Max?
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't have to keep swapping back and forth.
I should do it on my iPad so that I don't have to swap things for myself too. That is about right. That looks good. Alright, everyone's ready. Okay, let's see. Bit frantic, bit hectic at the beginning here, but we'll look at our matchup. We have Thanksgiving versus Team Meow. Thanksgiving is currently undefeated. surprisingly, probably the most unexpected team up there at the top of the league right now. So we'll see if Team Meow can potentially take them down. But I would still favor Thanksgiving in this matchup. Team Meow has either changed one of their names to Geo, or Geo is subbing in. I'm not sure. But we do have the normal support and tank for Thanksgiving. I heard that their support had depression issues. But it looks like he's back out and ready to go. Yeah, so it's gonna be Slowbro early picked. I really hate this Slowbro pick, but it's makes sense for a player like PK. That ult really giving a lot of easy value. And we have Blissey with leftovers. I know a lot of people don't like that, but it's also very common, so it is a, you know, not a horrible decision at the least. And A9 is locked in early as well. Weird to see blinding A9 into not really anything that it counters or does anything. But A9 has been one of the highest picked mons of our entire league so far. Up there in the pick rate for sure. Aegislash then blinded into that. This draft is all kinds of weird. I really do not think that either of these teams are counter picking. I think they both knew what they wanted to play going in, and that's okay. Plastoon on the tree. I've seen some things out of that I would prefer not to comment on. But then we have the Razor Leaf Death as well. Most likely going to be Razor Leaf. They've played that a few times to some pretty good success. One of the comfort picks for JK. And Sylveon Armrouge on the other side. Gonna hopefully have some special attack synergy there, lowering the various special attacks for each other. Okay. A few seconds going into this game. I think I'm favoring the right side team comp a little bit. I think this Razor Leaf Desi was picked up relatively early and should be known, because if you do any research on Thanksgiving, the Razor Leaf Desi comes up, right? But it doesn't seem like Meow were prepared for it. I think they're going to get caught off guard. Razor Desi does kind of beat their comp in a lot of ways. And I expect this Razor Desi to be very good in this game. But also very important. It's going to be in jungle. And it's going to take a while to come online until that 7. If Team Meow are able to shut it down and do a lot of plays before the Desi is able to hit 7, it'll be really good for them. Okay, Aegislash Decidueye jungle. This is about what you'd expect. Do have a top lane mime with no EXP. I kind of like this. It's going to be playing damage. It's a good mon to provide extra peel for the Desi and extra utility while still doing decent damage as a no EXP shirt mon. So I do like the pick here, especially also being a comfort pick. I know Sula is a very comfortable mine. We've got bot lane. Looks like it's being won by this A9, which is going that Aurora Veil moveset, I assume. And Armrouge getting a little bit behind. A9 comes top. Armrouge likes to stay bot. Probably going to get that level gap back up brought to the Armrouge, but potentially they'll be able to kill top lane and make the other level gaps better for them, and potentially get this Desi back into a playable state as they kill Aegislash. Really, I mean, that's really big. That's why they wanted a 4-man here, was to get a kill like that, and to get this Desi online. I think this snowball and this top lane is really, really strong for Thanksgiving. And then it's going to be really hard for them to... It's going to be really hard for Team Meow to come back in this game, even though this Armrouge does get back online in the trade. It's not really a good trade for them. That's A9 also getting XP when he came top. When she came top, my bad. With the Veil on the A9 is now acquired level 6. Going to be using a lot of those auto attacks and making the damage a little bit less. You can see that be put on the Desi. This entire comp is really revolving around this Decidueye. Another mon, he just played Squishy by himself, but with Slowbro, and Tree, and the Mime as well as the A-Veil, it's going to be really, really difficult to kill the Decidueye. But if they do manage to do that, it's going to be a one team fight when they do. Let me pull up chat really quick because I put it down to do ready checks. Okay. Looks like Team Meow and Thanksgiving are just gonna trade lanes here. Gonna have the top lane for Team Meow, bot lane for Thanksgiving. Just gonna push up on each side, get even value. You know, I do like this from Thanksgiving. They want to play around this bot side if they can now that their Desi is scaled, because this bot pad is a good resource for him to kite back to live again as well. As the most important thing for their comp is just Desi surviving. It's not as much of a trade as I thought though, as Team Meow isn't actually able to break the top pad, whereas Thanksgiving actually does break that bottom pad. I think it's very good for Thanksgiving, but I don't know how much you really care for Team Meow of whether you break that top pad or not. As long as yours remains up, you can still contest that farm and have a good fight area, which is going to be good to see if they utilize that and maybe try and take some team fights up here in the top lane and take this Decidueye. But we'll see. Yeah. It doesn't go quite the way of Team Meow, but I think you do have to start taking engages in fights here. Because if you let this game just continue on until Ray, you've got almost no shot of winning the fight. So you're going to want to have to do something. Maybe invade their jungle as a 5-man. Set up some sort of team fight, some sort of engage. As Desi is relatively volatile on its own, maybe you catch it staying by itself instead of with the team. Meow has 2 members up in the top path. It's not gonna really work out. And I could have told you that from the minute they had the idea of doing that. It's really weird sort of pushing this top lane when there's not really any benefit to it. If you are behind and you want to push somewhere and take some fights, you don't want to be doing it on the enemy pads. That's something that's, you know, good to know, is that if you're fighting and looking for a team fight from behind and looking for some sort of push, you want to try and catch someone away from their pads somewhere in the middle, or, you know, on your side somewhere, and then transition that into the push. Trevenant ejects, chooses to do it wrong, but still catches them anyway, and I mean, he could have probably made this fight a little bit more dominant if he wanted to, potentially made it so the A9 didn't go down, but doesn't really end up mattering, as it was still a good eject angle, just not very good mechanics. Sets up for another good fight for Thanksgiving, and this is kind of what I would expect to see this game going. Now that they have all those resources, you know, it's just going to be really hard for Team Meow because of, I mean, level 14 Razor Leaf Decidueye here. At this point, you can't even pick it. It's not even squishy. And Meow have been taking really bad fights this entire game. So, unless they do have some miracle chain CC, it's going to be almost impossible to kill the Decidueye. But it still is Decidueye. At least it's not level 15 T-Tar or something, you know? Having said, the Razor Leaf does do a lot more damage than the T-Tar, leading them to snowball these fights, like we've been seeing this entire game. I mean, Thanks Gaming, they're just putting on a clinic of how to play Razor Leaf Decidueye. And as a team that's so experienced with it, I'm not surprised. You know, being a strong comfort pick for the team, they kind of have to play around it if they want it to work, as the pick is relatively weak when expected and properly countered. But yeah, we see them taking the base Lucky. If that walks in, they do have enough points to turn it into basically game. So for Team Meow, you really cannot let this walk. Looks like they want to push it for Thanksgiving, but Meow just setting up on the ring. And it's going to be really hard for them to win from this point disadvantage. They are only down 200 going in, which means potentially if they are able to score twice with every Ray Shield, they might be able to win the game anyway. We'll see if this trade ends up working out for Team Meow, or whether, you know, it ends up being foolish. They do waste a couple Unite moves, the Blissey Unite and the Sylveon Unite, that could have been really important in getting their scores in and their potential repush. I mean, I think it was definitely playable for Team Meow, but if you took the Ray there, I would recommend gathering up with all your shields, not wasting your ults, gathering up with all your shields and pushing together as a unit on their pad. You know, since you can't go higher than 15, your levels are already evened out a little bit with the Decidueye. Of course, the game's over now, unfortunate. But your levels would have already been evened out a little bit with Decidueye because you can't even go higher than 15, so he wouldn't be getting any more. Well, you're evening it out a little bit. And you have these Ray Shields and this damage buff and a bunch of things that give you buffs. At that point, you're very far behind. You need to try and... You realize that they capped 500 in your home base. You need to gather up as a 5-man after taking down the Rayquaza, and then push with all 5 members together and try and kill everyone. If you do manage to succeed at that, is how you win the game from that state. Not very likely, but potential. Whereas comparison to just trying to walk up and score, doesn't really work out. But you know, it was a well-fought game in the end. A bit closer than I was expecting, mostly because Thanks Gaming decides to go for the trade of capping on the home Lucky instead of playing Rayquaza. And you know, it definitely works out for them, but was potentially scary for a second there. As their team fight was just so incredibly strong, I would have honestly opted to go into the pit. But both are clearly very strong options, so it doesn't really end up mattering as they're in such a substantial lead in the first place. This draft is something I would really like to see changed from Team Meow here. Thanks Gaming clearly had an idea and a plan, and I think Team Meow just drafted, you know, whatever characters they felt like were right in the moment, and they didn't really have a good grasp on counterpicking towards Thanks Gaming's plan. I mean, Thanks Gaming have got a tremendous blind pick composition, so you really have got to be thinking about what mons you're locking in, and not just locking in whatever you think is the best option. And so I think that will be what I'd love to see from Team Meow going into Game 2.
I'm gonna have to get you in here. My phone's gonna die.
Okay, I'll get in. Let me see if I can turn my thing on. Is this it? Oh no, I have to redo my capture, but that's fine. Okay, let me 1 second here, stream. I'm fixing. So just give me a second. I need to go to this screen capture, and I need to go to properties and make it a window capture. Then I need to go to my game and unfull screen it so I can select it. And I accidentally screen shared.
I can read you lobby code.
Yeah, I've got the stream almost sorted here. And I'll open up my game. Alright.
Are you ready?
Now I need to turn this off and move this around. This one is locked. Great. Shrink. Oh. Hey, I found my normal screen capture. Well, no point in changing that. Let me get rid of this screen capture. I don't know why it's even here.
Yeah, I realized it right after we started that last one. I was like, my phone is not gonna last.
Alright. Yeah, sure. What's the lobby code?
1318 4993.
Great.
I will give you star.
I'm all
I'll
started
just
up.
communicate. Hold on. I haven't said ready yet.
I'll just ask an in-game chat.
Will you swap it to meow being first pick?
Yes. Boom. Save. Great. Yeah, looks like Meow's going to take first pick then. Potentially going to change up their draft as they weren't happy with being second pick there.
Teams are ready as well.
Yeah. Everyone? Yeah.
Yes,
everyone.
yeah, both teams are ready.
So we'll start it off. And we'll see what happens in this game too. I'm gonna need to see some adaptation from Meow for sure, but there was definitely signs of hope. So I'd love to see them take this next game and potentially take this to a closer set. It's very possible. Banning the Ho-Oh from 1P. Oh, never mind. They switched to Zard. As Thanksgiving looks like they don't want to deal with Rapidash, which is something that has been picked very little in our league. Almost none of these teams playing Rapidash, but some of the highest pro-level teams currently are prioritizing banning and first picking Rapidash, so it looks like Thanksgiving just doesn't want to deal with it in case Meow has someone who's really looking for it. But, you know, like I said, no one in this league has really prioritized the Rapidash like the pro teams do. So it's interesting to see that ban from Thanksgiving. And we have a Suicune first pick. I think it makes plenty of sense. Suicune is very commonly considered one of the most broken characters in the game. So I'm not surprised we see it. That slower build doesn't look very good, but that's okay. God damn, why choice specs, buddy?
I guess you changed it where not all mons are available?
How would I do that?
I don't know. I just told him we'll cancel and start over. We'll check the rules.
How would I possibly do that?
I don't know.
I didn't know that was a setting.
Yeah, it's definitely setting custom rules, but I didn't think you could turn it off.
Interesting.
I thought tournament mode was just all mons unlocked, all items level 30.
Well, looks like this draft is going to be changed up then, and none of this is set in stone. Of course, Latios is still banned, or is it open now? I think it's still banned, if I'm correct.
Yes, Latios is banned.
Of course, Latios is still banned, so it's not like they could have picked it anyway. I'm curious what character they maybe didn't have, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, we'll have to see. I mean, locking in a character that you don't have in the game is
kind of crazy.
A bit of a crazy strategy in a league match. You know, it's more important than just your average game. You would probably want to try it out some in a normal match first, but I gotta respect the gumption for sure. I remember Red did that to us once. I don't know if you remember that. I know. It was on Meow zygarde release. We were in a league match, and Red was like, I want to play Meow. Even though it hadn't come out yet for coins. But it was allowed in the league match, and so he just said, I'm picking it. I want to see what this thing plays like, and I don't want to spend money. So he picked it. Anyway, we'll see what of this draft remains the same. I do like some of where Team Meow's head is at. That Suicune is a good option to set up a lot of engages and stuff, and banning out the Blissey, meaning you don't have to pick it for yourself, is pretty good, considering that the Blissey is definitely going to be a pick that Thanks Gaming is going to want. But I'll see if they stick to that or if they're going to do something else. Is yet to be determined. Of course.
I think that if we're going into this draft expecting Thanks Gaming to play the Razor Leaf Desi again and kind of that Protect the President comp that they were running, I would like to see some like bigger poke and bigger shred from Team Meow than we saw.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would like to see. Something like a Talonflame could, even with all the protection that the Decidueye had, something like a Talonflame could still easily kill it in that last game, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like Intel or something can make it so that the fight is a bit slower. And with the lack of healing from the Razor Leaf Desi side, some of them are going to get poked out. And then eventually you can front to back, killing the Desi last when there is no one left to protect it. You know, so
I wouldn't even hate to be like a full Spadef shred, like go Guardy Venu, go Psychic Sludge Bomb, and just shred special defense.
Oh fuck!
What'd you do?
I just started again. I didn't check the rules.
Oh my gosh, Max.
I didn't change the rules. Oops. I didn't change the rules. I'm dumb. Do you want... I mean... Alright, we will probably have to redraft this game. Potentially, yeah, they end up logging in a Zoom roll. If only I could end it from here. It's kind of crazy that you can't.
Mid didn't change the rules.
Now, did you change the rules, Mid? Exactly. I don't know why I'm the one being put on your blast for not changing the rules. There's plenty of people who could have done it. There's plenty of people, I suppose, who could have done it. Mostly just me.
So funny. Just lock in picks, guys. Stop swapping around.
Alright, well, I'll just void this one out quickly. LF rule change, please. I'm poor. Yeah, sorry, this is just the way that the league is played. Of course, this draft is, interesting from both sides, but we are going to have to play it out, despite the teams not realizing, because, second strike equals play it out, so. I got Suicune no meta, man.
Okay, they're making things up now. That's not true.
What?
They said that it's something you have to manually turn on, but it's
That's
not.
Definitely
It's not. Yeah. guess we'll find out in just a second.
Just waiting for a little bit of a loading screen. Then we're waiting for a potential smart person to change the rules. Maybe some hero that could save the day.
It's gonna be you. You have to change the rules.
That's exactly what I meant.
Well, you're not a smart person or a hero, so...
Oh, man. Looks like I gotta start it again, guys.
It's probably what you'll do.
No, it's not. What is this? What is this? That's ridiculous. Okay, I'll look through the rules carefully. Because I am literate. The greatest superpower of all. There is nothing in the rules that says that. Oh, wait. Yes, there is. I have to check them. Okay, I checked them. Great. Okay. We're ready. G.
That's weird. That's super weird.
I must have unchecked them on my way down.
Or I never checked them in the first place. But that would mean they played game 1 without them checked. I don't know.
No, it's probably I accidentally unchecked them when I was swapping the team side or something, but it would be weird that I unchecked everything. It's kind of hard to fat finger every button. You know, everyone all the way down, but I guess maybe I did somehow. We've got Thanks Gaming in your first pick. That's weird. No, they're not. They're not in the first pick. We've got
Meow
in the first pick. I just reacted. I just saw them banning with their first slot. But Meow already did a ban, of course. So these bans coming out I like from Meow. The Blissey ban, of course, preventing the pocket onto the Razor Leaf Decidueye because Blissey is definitely one of the best pairings with that mon, so it's good to deny. If Ho-Oh, of course, being a good ban from the second pick slot, as well as the horse. I talked about the horse ban on the previous draft, but I think that it's interesting to see A9 picked so early, definitely very interesting, as well as the Slowbro, and they might be gearing up for another Razor Leaf Decidueye pick based on these two picks. Again, playing this A9, which is a very peel-centric attacker, mon, you know, or damage reduction-centric attacker, is really interesting. Basically meaning whatever we are looking to play, it is mostly likely going to center on JK's pick. As him likely being, you know, the quote-unquote carry of this team, but not because of any more skill than the other players, because of, you know, because they elect to play that game in that way to support him, so all of their resources end up going through his pick and his gameplay. It's quite interesting way to play, and we'll see what they end up going with. It doesn't look like it's probably not going to be the Razor Leaf Decidueye this time, as they have a Miraidon, possibly what made them stray away from it, being the long range from the Miraidon could have affected it, or, you know, Comfey picked up as well is interesting. We saw the double tank from them last time, with the Trevenant and the Slowbro, but this time they opt for a more normal one tank, one support type thing. The Comfey most likely going to be helping out the Serena with the Mime. Still, 3 of the same 5 picks. And we see Meow locking in Armrouge last again, but this time, it's not bad. Serena actually will have a hard time dealing with the Armrouge, but there's plenty of... Serena wouldn't have that hard of a time dealing with the Armrouge, but there's plenty of special attack characters, all 4 of the other ones on the other team, to proc the Armrouge passive. So if any damage from any of those, even the Comfey, comes onto the Armrouge, it will get significantly tankier. Although, it still is an interesting matchup. The Serena Armrouge wouldn't be, you know, insanely Serena favored, even without the passive, but it's interesting to see how that goes. That might be the least coherent sentence of all time, but I'm working on it. Okay? Jeez. Buzzwole is another pick here that I think is interesting for this game. It's going to be really curious to see what kind of picks it can get, as we have like what seems to be a pick comp from Meow, looking to potentially front to back here, or just see who we can first target here, and then just full DPS one guy is potentially the idea behind Meow's strategy. They've got pretty good death ball, pretty good, like I said, picking potential. You know, chain CC with the Buzzwole and the Suicune. Potentially Mean Look on the Umbreon. We'll see what move he ends up electing to. But I think if I would think the Mean Look is most likely what we're gonna see in this game. And I think this draft is a lot better for Team Meow. I think it's, you know, a lot less one-sided in the late game, and I think it's very, very much more potential for them to swing some big fights that they weren't doing in game number 1. Top lane is Mime Comfey as expected. Mime pick for top lane is a little bit more weird without the Razor Desi. It's going to be interesting to see if their comp has enough damage without something like Desi. With the A9 with the Veil and the Mr. Mime, it might be lacking in a lot of damage from those two carries on both lanes. Maybe relying too heavily on the Serena's damage, but we'll see if the Serena is able to get over leveled enough that it doesn't really matter. I think if the levels are about even in late game, it could be very Meow favored in the draft. But if Thanks Gaming is able to come up with a lead before then, potentially with this 4-man top again, to give them that lead, it's definitely possible. It looks like it's being very successful here. Focus Band procs on Armorers, playing Rocky Helmet as well is something I noticed there. But yeah, that Sweet Kiss, they all sort of grouped up. I guess they're not too familiar with Thanks Gaming, probably not expecting the Sweet Kiss on the Comfey because they weren't too familiar. Because if they knew it was Sweet Kiss, they probably wouldn't have played around each other like that, around the bees. But they weren't expecting the Sweet Kiss as much, and they ended up dying as a result. We almost have the Serena getting caught, but Comfey is able to charge up a Sweet Kiss while the Serena scores, meaning that they aren't able to get caught by the Buzzwole afterward. And that is a really good play from its PK on the Comfey. You know, stopping the Serena from dying there. Serena's playing and toying with his own life, but only the Mime is going down. I think this was a bit of a you know, what's the word? A bit of a forward, I guess, contest on the mid-Bs from Thanks Gaming. I don't think that they really had any right to be there, and they did end up losing the Mime for it, which is a result of them not being in the best position to fight for those mid-Bs. Potentially not expecting so many members of Meow is why they went for it. We actually have 4 in the bot lane for Thanks Gaming, trying to push up on this lane. Probably going to be some sort of lane trade again, as the A9 dies in top lane, and all the points are going to come in there, but they're not able to break again, and bot side is a lot lower than the Thanks Gaming top. Actually, they're about the same. So we're just trading lanes again in the same orientation. I like this a little bit less from Thanks Gaming this time, because this bot lane is a bit less important from them, for them, because they have no Razor Leaf Decidueye to mean that pad is quite as valuable. But it's also still a bit better for Meow, because they're able to break that pad and send the Lecky towards the T2 with just the A9 here. I think since you have vision on so many members from Thanks Gaming, I would have loved to see them pressure this top objective maybe. But they end up 4-manning the Serena instead because they had vision on him. But they're all getting hit by Sweet Kiss. Buzzwole misses ult, and they almost lose the 4v2, but just managed to kill the Serena for 3 people. Still probably not worth it, but the Serena XP is a big kill, so it's not even that bad. But yeah, I still do like the bot side play from Thanks Gaming a little bit more. They're definitely in a little bit of a favored position considering levels as well going into Team Meow here. But it's a lot better than last game, and certainly a lot more playable comp-wise. So things are looking up for Meow by comparison. 5 people in the bot lane for Thanksgiving contesting these bottom Bs. No one else really is looking to contest from Team Meow, so it doesn't end up mattering too much. But oh hi, AJ. Oh hi. Why'd you come here? Oh, Maridon. He gets slow beamed. I was just casting that.
Why did I come here? Because you're in League Admins.
I am in League Admins. I'm casting a match right now.
Wait, we're live?
Yeah.
What match is it?
It's Thanksgiving versus Team Meow. Game 1 was...
That's great. I will not interrupt then.
Okay. Anyway, after that completely rude interruption, just a horrible reading of the situation, should be publicly shamed for how awful that action was from AJ. We have Meow pushing the bot lane. They get sweet kissed. This Serena is so big, they're not able to play around the sweet kisses very well, but that's the help of having the mean look and the Suicune with Buzzwole and so many other chain CCs. Even after you get sweet kissed, since they live on one after the sweet kiss, they're able to chain CC the Serena into its own demise. We see the Grass Knot coming with a very big Grass Knot, almost killing 2, but both of them end up making it out on 1 HP, except for the Suicune, who does die after making it out, but then coming back. And Mime almost dies, but Sweet Kiss Plus, I think. Yeah, Sweet Kiss Plus actually almost gets him out, but then he does die. Man, these comms are OP. No, the Sweet Kiss Plus allows him to walk away fast there, but the Maridon snipes him with a charge beam as he almost gets out. And then Serena comes in and picks up 2 KOs on the Maridon and Armrouge, both being left low from the previous fight. This Serena is definitely the carry that has a lot of resources being put into it, but I'm worried that it won't be quite enough for Thanksgiving, because by comparison to that Razor Leaf Decidueye, when your entire comp is built around one character, and that one character is Serena instead of Decidueye, it's a bit less of a character to build your entire comp around, if you catch my meaning. It's just not as, solo carry the game if it gets to level 15 and has a million people surrounding it. But as well, by comparison to the last game, we saw it being higher level and having more kills on the Decidueye than the Serena, and that could also definitely be an impact as to why it was so strong. Was that it was able to snowball more. Meow ended up deciding to send up a couple bait people, as Thanksgiving are a team that is very prone to 5-manning. They 5-man a lot, so they send up a couple people to get the attention of Thanksgiving, and they move onto them as a unit. Team Meow, knowing that they would move as a unit, send some caps into the bot lane and break that pad. Now the pad game being even, but almost a 100-point lead for Thanksgiving anyway, despite being the same on the pads, just because of a few caps on the top T2, about 50 on there, and also some better overcaps. Thanksgiving, though, are forced to position in the top side of this pit because they take the Lecky, potentially prioritizing even more score lead, and they go in early with a quick fast engage with the Mime ult. Serena ult follows up with the Sweet Kiss, and it's just a team wipe most likely. Yeah, just a team wipe. A very clean engage. Mime ult stuns everyone. No one is able to move. We see 3 ults unused on the side of Team Meow, and it's because they got stun locked. It was the Mime ult, followed by the Sweet Kiss, and the Surf with the Telekinesis, and the A9 Dazzling Gleam. Many different things, meaning that Thanksgiving take a climactic team fight win. This Comfy could get off and score his 100 here, but he opts to stay on and die with his Serena instead. Interesting decision, but potentially already thinks he's won the game, as this game is close to over. I do think it is just within that 500-point margin, and potentially Team Meow would be able to stage a comeback, though it would be about Well, one of them's dead. GG's. No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, it's looking pretty bleak for Team Meow. But the hope is still there as more die on the enemy pad, and the mime goes to cap more points. So, yep, this game has been wrapped up. It's been packed up, and I'm curious what to see from Team Meow in order to change around in the draft. I think their draft was actually quite good. This game, I don't think that they really had a draft problem, but they unfortunately got caught sticking together very often. They were playing into the Suicus Comfey and characters like Mime and things, and they got caught bunching up and deathballing into things like Suicus that can just CC your entire team if you're on top of each other. So I would love to see Team Meow potentially change their gameplay instead of their draft this time, and spread out a little bit when they see this Serena with the Comfey that can dash into them. I'd love to see them, go split from instead of standing on top of each other. In most of the team fights, we saw it at the very beginning in the Bs, and we saw it at the end in the Ray. They weren't able to take what they learned from most of the engages in this game and apply it to Ray, as no one, I think, realized that they were standing so close to each other, and that was mostly the downfall of them this entire game, was just all standing within the Sweet Kiss.
Yo, I saw you almost end that battle.
Nah, that was for the bit. I didn't even do that.
Sure.
That was for the bit, bro.
Alright, am I able to get in this lobby to start casting?
Sure, bro. Come on.
How's your camera panning going?
Not bad.
It was okay.
Awesome. That's
Mid
good to
lane
hear
did
from
game
you.
1 for me.
Also, I'd like to
Team
defend
Meow.
myself because you guys are in the wrong VC. You're not in the caster's VC. So I thought.
Because another game was going on.
VC. This is the
Oh, I
admin
didn't know.
VC, and I'm adminning the game while I'm casting it. What are you gonna say to that?
Yeah, Team Meow wants second pick next.
They would like second pick, so it does look like they will change up their draft, which again I believe was not the
Don't
problem
you start
there.
this game until you give Team Meow second pick.
Also, get me in there.
Yes, let me get you in here. You're not on.
Yo, Team Meow on second pick, by the way.
Yeah, let me change that. All right, they're second pick now. No, they're not.
Oh.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Max is good at this job.
Oh yeah, did you see earlier? Oh no, you weren't here.
No, I just came back from work.
Oh, don't worry about earlier.
Okay.
Mid lane sort of messed up the rules on the thing, and so.
No, mid lane didn't do anything.
Wham!
Alright, invite me. But man.
Yeah, I got you. Looks like for the game 3 we are 2-0 up for Thanksgiving. AJ, if there's anything else you'd like to know, please let me know. But I will be joined by Mr. AJ Dragon, my goat, and whoa, and support. He's my support player. Oh man, I'm gonna be joined. Oh, he made the league. That's what I should have said. Oh, he made the league. So I got the league guy here, one of them. But
Well, also mid.
yeah, but he doesn't talk, so who cares? Anyway, AJ is coming with us for this one. It's like a field trip we've got. I brought in a special guest for the field trip, guys. Are you excited? These teams
are ready.
These teams look really stacked. Going to be an exciting match. Awesome, Ray. I'm glad you think that. Alright, teams are ready, you said? Let me double check just so I heard that. Yes, they are both ready, so I will start up the game. AJ, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Alright, do you have any thoughts on this match, on how you potentially think this game 3 will go, or how you think game 1 should have gone?
I would like to know what's the score of the set? What's been
It
what's
is
been going
2-0
on?
for Thanksgiving so far.
Okay. My guess is Thanksgiving probably has a good grasp on this matchup, and that they will probably be able to take the 3-0, but I'd like to see Team Meow Team Meow make a comeback here.
Yeah, our game one, we saw Thanks Gaming, have a really strong composition that they really blew Team Meow out of the water with. In game two, it was a lot closer, coming down to the Ray, with pretty even levels, but a score lead on the side of Thanks Gaming, and I think a draft that favored the side of Team Meow, but Thanks Gaming ended up taking the team fight, so we'll see into game three if Meow are able to maintain this positive line where they are doing better each game into game three. What do you think about these bans?
What's up with the mime ban? Has that been happening this game?
Yeah, so Thanks Gaming has played top lane mime in both games so far.
That's really interesting, actually. It's exciting to see.
Yeah, mime not as support, of course, as the damage.
Looks like they got that 1P on Suicune as well. They do have Charizard up here as we go into Meow's first two picks here.
Yeah.
Let's see if they want to pick that Charizard. Charizard does have a negative win rate right now. Let's see if they can bring it up.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. I think this Charizard mon is a little bit overrated, but it being picked here in this spot is definitely a strong place for it.
Yeah.
I would favor that Suicune pick. I like Thanks Gaming's draft so far a lot.
I'd love to see that Alcremie pick. They are really tanky. They don't have too much damage on the side of Thanks Gaming right now, though.
Well, this is what they like to draft to. In the first two games, they are mostly having all of their damage come from their jungle.
Oh my god! Sorry, we don't have EXP share on that Sableye. So, wow, we have even less damage with that flail axe. It looks like
volleyball build. But it is going to be the Razor Leaf Decidueye again, and this is, where the damage of their composition comes from. I'm a big fan of this Thanks Gaming composition, but we have the Charizard. Unlike in game one, we do have a mon that has the potential to deal with the Decidueye pick. So if this Charizard is able to single out the Decidueye, then I think it's possible we see this game going to Team Meow. But I'm a big fan of Thanks Gaming's draft. In general, having the Slowbro and the Suicune, a lot of things that make it so the Charizard potentially will not be able to ult the Decidueye and get to there. So I think Thanks Gaming...
After that Decidueye pick, I would have loved to see like a Darkrai pick or something to single out that Decidueye in team fights, or maybe. We do have that Cinderace. Maybe it can rip down some of these tanks. I'm excited to see what it can do here.
Yeah, looking to favor going for the Tank Shred, potentially going to see if they can kill something like the Slowbro or the Suicune, Snorlax, something like that. Before going on to the Desi after potentially the front line is already chunked or down. Or potentially maybe looking for the Sableye to set up on the Decidueye. It's going to be up to Alcremie to see if they play well, able to cleanse any of the Sableye stuff, but it's very difficult to hit a cleanse off on those Sableye stuns. So if this Decidueye gets caught by the Sableye in range of some of these other characters, I think we could see a big team fight for Team Meow. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I also think that the Sableye here is really a good shout out for what Max wants. He really wants people to donate him 5 coins. So if you do have him on your friends list, make sure to donate him 5 coins. So I really, really like that shout out for the Sableye. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, I don't like claiming things, but I like to keep my mail open so that I see if people accept all my friend requests that I send to them.
Yeah, so donate you 5 coins so you can see all that.
No,
that would be wonderful.
Don't donate me coins. Don't donate me coins. Send me a friend request. Send me a friend request. I need friends. I'm lonely.
Yeah, and then send you coins once you're friends.
No coins. No coins.
Oh, when the Sableye misses the Moltoy, actually, this Desi doesn't have any help in the jungle, but it doesn't matter. The Decidueye is actually able to secure.
Yeah, we're watching the invade here, and if I was to imagine what Thanks Gaming comms are like here, it would probably be something like this Decidueye going, I'm getting invaded, and then, the supports are like, oh, I'm coming, I'm on the way, and then Desi just goes, no, I'm gonna gap, and then,
That is definitely what's going on here, especially because they also got that red buff, surprisingly.
And I believe this Decidueye was right, potentially knowing who is on the Sableye. I don't even know, but they clearly we're very confident in the player matchup here into the Sableye, not calling for any assistance. Flaylax going on to Cinderace, see if he's able to get any flail autos out, and he is. I believe that was the last flail auto, the last auto enhanced by flail, or potentially a crit on the normal auto that took down the Cinderace. Correct me if I'm wrong, AJ.
Ooh, it looks like this Flaylax will go down to this A9 probably here, as you see them getting chased down in this top lane. Although the Alcremie comes in with the big save of that shield, as the A9 wasn't able to hit any autos or moves on that Flaylax in the top path.
Yeah, really interesting mon pool and sort of playstyle we've seen from Thanks Gaming's top laner here, Sewell. It looks like he's really favoring these mons that are disruptive and tanky to potentially allow some of the rest of his team, like this Decidueye, to put in some more work for themselves, rather than carries that can carry the game by themselves in the top lane. Watching this invade, Desi barely wins versus the Sableye, but it was a very close fight. Mamoswine potentially coming into the jungle to finish the job. We'll see if he's able to get there. Desi doesn't know where he is, but the Mamoswine misses every single ability, and unfortunately, it looks like he's going to have to reset or potentially die. But it looks like he wants to greed and probably die here.
Ooh, yeah, it does get picked up by that Mamoswine and killed by that Cinderace. Also going down to this big Flaylax. This Flaylax is just running it down, getting stunned by that A9, but A9 also getting low, having to eject but away from that Slowbro, as Flaylax having to run away here. 1 HP.
Yeah, speaking of 1 HP, 2 members of Team Meow on 1 HP here.
They are really tanky on the side of Thanks Gaming, but they don't have any healing or sustain here. They only have that like Lax Ult and the Slowbro passive here.
Yes,
as we do have Pyro Ball. I love to see Pyro Ball here, as they don't have too much dive, and Pyro Ball can actually reach that Decidueye as well. That is really fun to see.
Yeah, Pyro Ball I think is a good pick. The Blaze Kick would have been, very dangerous going in, as you do lose that A-Press battle versus the Decidueye, so I like the Pyro Ball with the assassination potential. Ooh.
Good calm. I thought you were gonna calm the fight, but you really didn't there. As the Cinderace ult is coming out on this tier 1 pad, and the Alecki is pushing up as the Slowbro goes down. Lax ult has already been used, but they're able to get 2 kills with the Decidueye ult and the Lax just being 1 HP, so Flail does more damage.
Yeah, I actually got cut off there by AJ. What I was gonna say is, bing bong boish.
Right after boom.
Right after boom, yeah. But I
think that would have been really good. I do like this Confuse Ray. If it is able to hit this Decidueye, to try and shred the tanks, but it is really hard to hit because it's usually a death sentence. If anything goes wrong here, as the Cinderace is able to pick up a kill on the Snorlax.
Yeah, hitting him in the Pyro Balls. And we'll see if he's able to win the 1v1 versus the Decidueye, but it's very close. Desi heals off the bees.
Really hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting 1v1 here, with this Pyro Ball making it a lot more even, but it still is going to be curious to see if we ever see these characters, matching up together without anyone else around again, who would end up taking the fight.
I'd really like to see this Charizard try and hit ult and then ult the Decidueye for some catch-up XP, because this Charizard is only level 8 here, and it's really rough to see.
Oh, that's what you meant by hit ult. I was about to make fun of you and say, yeah, because you can miss Charizard ult, but no, you're right.
No, hit ult, like the level, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
As this A9 is caught out here, getting Decidueye ulted and blocked in, as the Cinder is also next on the chopping block, as the Charizard has to jump bottom to try and defend against these 3 pushing up. Sableye in the backline, maybe getting a good stun on this Decidueye. We need Charizard to come look at this. Ooh, is the Sableye going down? This is what I mean about it's pretty much a death sentence if anything goes wrong there. As Charizard also getting blocked out and going down.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. This Chef Snorlax, Sewell the Chef with the chopping block, like AJ said. I mean, cutting things up on there, like a cutting board, but it's a chopping block. But actually, this fight and this Lax is a very strong pick, and he's able to do whatever he wants, just going on this A9. Really good Flaylax gameplay. That block cancel and that other stuff, clearly experienced on this pick and this character. As Link's game, he's going to
chopping him up on the cutting board. Almost as good as how bored your commentary makes me. As they're ripping this top objective here with the Cinder and the Charizard. Maybe they're able to get it, but the Slowbro coming up, just stealing it with the Scald. Rough times for Team Meow here.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get some thoughts and analysis on here, but I'm too butthurt by what AJ said just now. But we do have a push coming in from Thanks Gaming. They're able to kill a bunch of people before this Lecky goes in, and push it.
Yeah, as this A9 jumps down, Cindere's popping ult, A9 popping ult. They're trying to defend this with their lives, but the two of them going down to this Razor Leaf Desi. They're not able to hurt this Razor Leaf Desi as they're all pushing up, all going down. No Charizard ult seen. I don't know where the ult was used, but it does look like Zard ult has been used. Did you see it pop ever?
And no, I didn't.
Did it
But
get
one of the big mistakes here from Team Meow that I think leads to this tier 2 gold zone being pushed is that they end up pushing up to contest for that Regieleki, and they die as a result, which means it's able to go into the T2, which means they're able to break the T1 before the T2, potentially getting a bit greedy, taking that bad fight on the Regieleki just because they were trying to get the objective, but they end up pushing up too far, which gives...
Mammothone was just kidnapped by the block and X speed there. That was really rough to see. But the kill doesn't really mean too much. It was just some extra like tempo on the side of Thanks Gaming. As there's everybody in the bot path, so Sableye gets this free 40 cap in the top. I love to see it. I'd like to also see Charizard get that free cap because the Sableye was able to score, which means
and the Charizard desperately needs it as well. Level 11 on
yeah.
Yeah, we see the highest level from Team Meow being 12 and barely at that. Whereas really, we have level 15 and 14 for Thanks Gaming.
Ooh, we do have the Sableye basing the Slowbro. Let's see if they can do anything with it. They'd have to do it right now, which is really hard for them to do, as the Snorlax has blocking the Decidueye ult. As this Mamo is trying to mash on top of this Desi, but he just goes down, and the Sableye going down as well. This Alcremie ult making it so that nobody can die inside, as the Charizard dies with it ulting, and the Ray goes down to Thanks Gaming.
Yeah, we saw Cinderace miss the ultimate on the Ray there. Ultimate. Sorry, he hits the... I just said it again. He hits the enemies instead of the Rayquaza with the Unite. There we go. You caught me. You almost caught me, but I didn't do it this time. He hits the enemies instead of the Ray with the ult and doesn't end up securing it. The game is very, very difficult, even if they do end up securing it there and getting 2 shields. But they probably should have ended up getting those 2 shields and had a potential to win the game, even if it's small.
There's the first Zard ult on the Dusty that I've seen this game. See, I think if that happened during the rest of the game there, it definitely would have been a different story for me. But it seemed like those tanky mons, that Suicune, that Lax, were really, and the Slowbro especially, was able to keep that Charizard off of the Desi that entire game. Especially with that Slowbro ult. I didn't actually see it during the Ray fight, but I'm sure it was pretty useful there. Did you see it?
That's what I really like about the draft of Thanks Gaming. It's the fact that this Decidueye pick, what it's generally known for is the fact that it does a lot of damage, more than a lot of characters.
Punished,
that it does a lot of damage more than a lot of characters. It's very impactful, but it's also very squishy and easy to kill. So what Thanks Gaming end up doing is they're sacrificing the damage on their top laner and their bot laner picks in order to make it so that they can maximize the damage of this Decidueye and make it actually not get killed. And it works out very well for them in this game. Number 2, and a similar thing that they did in game number 1 as well.
Alright, is that the 3-0 that Thanks Gaming was looking for there in that set? I just realized the Mamo is Thanks coin.
Yep.
That is pretty awesome.
What does that mean?
Thanks for the 5 coins,
God. Oh my god. Donate 5 coins. Thanks, coin. What the fuck? Oh, yeah.
Yo, IMAX is top tier cast.
Thank you. See? And this is what people should say more. Because I want them to. Would we like to do a winner's interview here, by any chance, fellas?
Yeah, it's up to you. I probably won't have any questions for them as I've only seen the last game there, but I'd like to have you do an interview if you want to. or if they would be willing to.
Yeah, for sure. I'll see if I can.
I think you should mix it up for next week and do losers interview.
Oh, you can't do it.
Wait, actually, that's genius. I will do losers interviews only next week.
No,
horrible
I'm
No, I'm
idea.
doing it. I'm doing it.
Pull
That's
the
a
plug on
genius
that.
idea. Holy shit.
Thank you.
Holy shit.
I'm pulling
It
the
was
plug
a
on that
bit.
right now.
Of course, you're gonna run with it.
What's Thanksgiving's record? It's a perfect.
JK's gonna join.
It's a perfect
They're
9-0.
9-0 right now.
Yeah,
they
9-0.
are perfect in 9-0. They are top of the leaderboard right now.
Yeah, the first and
Really
only team
sets?
so far to get 9-0, but there is still 2 other teams, I believe, that have potential to get that 9-0 record.
Secret Tech and who else? I feel like there's not another one, is there?
I thought
No, it's
just
I could be wrong.
Yeah, just
It's
Secret
just
Tech.
Secret Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna drag JK in and Sewell.
Yeah, Sewell. Hello. Coming off the game. It was a very strong performance, a swift 3-0. I'm curious to ask you guys a couple questions, but first of all, just how was the game? I don't know. That was really bad question, but
Okay, I have a question.
yeah.
Do
Mid's
you
got it.
guys, because we've been these same kind of comps coming out from you guys, like you guys seem very like this is a comp we've worked on and practiced a lot. This is something we like. Do you guys think that teams might adjust, and are you ready for that if teams do adjust, or do you think it's something that still you guys need to practice on a little bit more in case teams do try to, kind of hone in on this protect the Decidueye comp or hard carry Serena comp, because we've seen it a couple times out of you guys.
I was gonna say I've played I don't know if you know this, but I've played about I think right now I'm at 5,500
I
Razor
could
Desi
check real
games.
quick.
Yeah,
But
Razor Desi is just a mon. I've put I'm at 5,100. My bad. I'm only at 5,100, but yeah,
only.
no, for the
But,
longest only. Yeah.
we have a lot of other comps that don't revolve around Gren too. It's just I'm still new. I'm still new as top lane, so we're getting some of the synergy stuff figured out still.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I do want to ask what the reasoning was behind pivoting to the Serena in the second game. Was there something in the enemy draft that scared you away from the Decidueye, or potentially just too early to pick it, or what the thought process behind Serena instead was?
Generally speaking, when people first fight game 1 will usually do a Razor Desi, and then the second game we find a lot of people tend to overcorrect, which leaves them for example, they went Sweek, they went a ton of stuff that we knew that was gonna probably beat the Desi, so we decided to pivot to. Oh, also, wait, can you,
Particularly when we end up giving them Suicune, a lot of times we cannot work around the Desi too much, especially if they pick other stuff like the Buzzer, Umbreon.
I just
So
gave,
having that
gave
many,
PK and Sewell both the
bad
team
matchups.
roles.
can you repeat that?
I just gave PK and Sewell both team roles. Is that what you're about to tell me to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
obviously.
They have team roles and everything now.
I completely forgot to join the server. Just didn't cross my mind before since I don't set up the dates.
Welcome to the server now. I do have one question for you, Sewell. Sewell, I think. Sewell? Is that right?
Yeah, just seal. It doesn't matter.
Seal,
I don't
okay.
care.
Seal.
What... Why? I know the Mime is definitely a comfort pick that is just, very comfortable. Is that sort of the thing that you try to do in top lane, is have these mons that are a bit more disruptive and more setup-y?
Generally, I like playing a lot of setup mons. I really like engaging too. That's my thing I would say I'm best at, but I play a lot of things on top, so...
Yeah.
That's just I like the top laners I specialize in are disruption ones, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's super cool for sure. I think there's not a lot of that, or not enough of that in a lot of, high-level top laners. So it's really cool to see you doing it. Mid, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so in a lot of those team fights, we see you guys stacking your crowd control very well. So is that something you think you would attest to, like, games played together? Because I know you guys, like, an iteration of this team. Like, I know Seal and JK have played a lot together.
Yeah, let me pull up how... I have nearly 14k friendship points with JK, so, like, a huge chunk of my time played, so there definitely is that component. We have really good synergy with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, it just seems like...
where, like, I can't verbalize it, but we often know, especially me and Seal, but definitely the rest of the team, we're getting there. At least we're trying to get there. Like, we're trying to get to the point where it's like, even though we can't verbalize it, we just kind of know what everybody else is going to do. So it increases the, like, speed we can react, and that's definitely I think that's honestly a big boon of our team, because we're, like, a lot of us have stuck it around a lot longer than I think a lot of Unite teams have. So the extra games have definitely increased our efficiency there.
You guys gotta learn the importance of switching.
I've got a question from the chat, actually. Did you guys do any, like, research or prep time, as I'm sure a lot of teams will do on you guys going forward?
We do a little bit. Like, we tend to watch the people's games, but that's mostly just to get a feel of if there's, like, something. Like, basically, we're just looking for, like, something really in particular.
Yeah. Is
Also,
there any...
I think we just enjoy watching, like, some, like, the...
Yeah, for sure. Is there any teams going forward that you're gonna, for sure, like, do research on and, like, prep for in the upcoming weeks? That you're excited to play?
Definitely Secret Tech.
Secret Tech, yo.
Yeah.
Those are the two we're definitely going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Keeping our eyes on.
I have that week 9. Yeah, I have that week 9 circled. Like, I know when week 9 is Thanksgiving Secret Tech.
Yeah,
we were talking about that right as the league started. Week 1, we were like, that's gonna be a match, for sure.
I will say, so next week you guys have Tempo, and Tempo, I would say, I know they are the same placement right now as New World Order, the guys you played week 1, but I would personally say Tempo may be a little bit more of I'm trying to think, competitive, like they may have a little bit more competitive experience than some of the teams you guys have played so far. Do you expect that set? Because right now you guys are perfect, have not dropped a map, have not dropped any. Do you expect that game to give you a little bit more, or are you kind of just, we're going to play our game, we're going to play the way we've played, take it just like we take every set?
I think that's generally how we take things, because, like, we will, to an extent, maybe, like, we don't really, like, counterban. Sometimes we'll, we pick around enemy drafts, but we usually don't, like, try to hard counter people or anything.
It's not
like
an
that,
extreme case,
we kind of just play our own game.
Yeah, it's a good balance between of, like, they're picking this, so we want to pick this, but also of, like, we're making sure that we're picking stuff that we're pretty solid at.
Yeah, I like that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but we're not exactly playing the, shall we say, standard game.
No,
yeah. I mean, I've got a lot of other freak shit up my sleeve if we need it. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't swear.
Oh no, it's IMAX.
No, yeah, swear.
Oh yeah,
it's
I wouldn't know.
Don't worry, if you watch it back, you'll see plenty.
Yeah, he says the most insane shit.
Yeah, top tier cast. So yeah, I mean, we have not seen you guys drop a map, drop a set yet. We're really looking forward to
watching you lose.
What you guys
That's what we're looking for. We're all hate watching here at the commentary desk.
I'm looking forward to seeing someone test you guys, because it seems like your matches so far have been you guys in control. Like, you may lose a little bit of the early game, but you're very quick to catch back up. And then once you've got your foot on the pedal, you kind of don't let off. You're very good at, like, keeping your map presence, not losing pads, not leaking scores. So I am kind of excited to see a team maybe test you guys a little bit, or even, like, make you guys kind of go away from your like this state. Because I mean, first, it's been 9 games of us seeing you play basically 2 iterations of different comps.
I'm 2
and
minutes into a duo queue with Christmas, if anyone was wondering.
Yeah, trust me, everyone knows.
Everyone knows
Yeah.
they see your stream. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing a team kind of test you guys a little bit more. So like the game like Secret Tech Week 9, and then whenever you guys play Arson, even Keedick and Shiggy Wiggy, I think those will be games I'm really looking forward to, just to see if another team can kind of pressure you guys a little bit better. Because I mean, the 9 games we've seen so far, it's just been, hey, this is Thanksgiving. This is all Thanksgiving.
This is Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Thanks for gaming.
Honestly,
thanks for
almost
gaming.
contribute that a little bit to our strength because we're like so solid on these almost weird mons, and it puts our opponents in a dilemma of like if you notice
We're
it,
not
like
used to
game
this.
3, like on game
Yeah.
3, they banned the mine, and that's
Yeah,
something you would like almost never see. But because we're playing these weird, like we got so good at these
Good
weird things, and we're like we got like so good that we're now forcing the opponents to think: do we keep banning like the broken stuff, like I don't know, like Blissey or Zard or Suicune, or like something of that vein? Yeah, like something of that vein. We make them into that dilemma: like, do we keep banning that, or do we risk letting them have that and just banning like? Or just banning like a mime or like a Desi or like something.
I would say it's also that, but also like the way to counter a lot of our comps requires them to draft shit that's not really like probably out of their comfort zone because it's not like something you typically run in current meta.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's another big thing.
Any team listening right now, I want my next bans against Thanksgiving to be Decidui and Comfy, and I just want to see Thanksgiving play all
I would
broke
not
shit.
try to counterban us if I were you. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. Don't try to counterban.
No,
we have other secrets up our
on the
sleeve.
meta picks. I want to.
Yeah, but we want to see the other secrets as casters. We're tired of these other secrets, man.
One hint. I've got one hint.
Yeah.
Gengar.
Ooh.
Gengar.
Alright.
Gengar enjoyer.
I'm excited.
Support Gengar? Huge.
One thing I do really. One thing I do want to say that I really do appreciate about this team, that not all our lanes are not always perfect, and mistakes do come. No team is perfect in that sense, but we never seem to really let that get into our heads. We focus on the end goal. We don't let morale tank, and we keep pushing. And I feel like that's how we're always able to keep pushing our advantage. Like we might slip up and make a tiny mistake here. Maybe we end somewhere there, but we never let it get into any of our heads. And like the best part about that is that every single one of our members here is like friends with each other. We're all good friends with each other, and we're able to keep morale consistently high, and that allows us to consistently perform. And I feel like that's any team trying to form should honestly take away from that, is that sometimes the vibe might be a little bit more important than the skill, because you can fix a bad player. You can't fix a bad attitude.
I can fix him.
And we got a tier 1 Glazer over here. God damn, bro.
Yeah, I can't tell you guys how many times we've turned a match around, especially matches that seemed unwinnable.
With how late game all of our comp, like 90% of our comps are, you kind of have to be fair. That's how it is.
We're used to playing that way. It works for us.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just want to see someone come like try to hard ban some, like get beat by the Razor Desi game 1, and they're just like, you know what, I've had enough. And I just want to see like you guys bust out all the like I want to see a meta comp come out from you guys, and the teams be completely unprepared for that, because I think that would be fun from a caster's standpoint to be like, oh, this is runs Razor Desi every game. Oh my gosh, they're playing Charizard and Buzzwole and
if you want meta with our team, you're not getting it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You might get one or two, but that's about all we can give you.
Yeah, like we can do meta, but you'll never see a full team comp stacked with meta. You'll see a bit of anti-meta and weird shits throw in. Yup, always.
But that would be too easy. That would always
be too easy. Alright, well...
That's all the questions I have. Anybody else?
Yeah, no, I think we're pretty much good unless there is something. But I will just say at the end, I do appreciate you guys coming in. It's been a good interview. You know, I'll just ask if there's any like final things you want to shout out about the match or anything, you know, to say before we end off the stream.
Yeah, before Max goes into Ray fight.
Yeah, before I get into Ray fight here in my duo queue game.
Mime's best top laner. Everyone should pick it up.
That
Clearly.
is the best top lane. I love it. Love it.
Sorry for all the CC.
Don't be afraid.
Nah.
Gosh, game
Don't
Nah,
be afraid.
this is
Like you play
the
the game.
CC MOBA. This is the
Yeah,
CC MOBA.
make everyone run full heal. That's what Thanksgiving is meant for, yeah.
Oh, if only full
Don't-
heal was enough.
1.5
True.
seconds.
No, this
Don't
is
be
like the
afraid
most
to experiment.
CC-centric MOBA out there, pretty much, that I've played, so... You gotta expect it.
What the fuck?
All right. Well, while Max is dealing with Ray fight,
Sorry, I got
yeah,
check it out pinged by
um,
Christmas, who invited me to duel with him.
we are looking forward to what you guys do for the rest of the
Yeah.
league.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
looking forward. I'm looking forward to getting in some of the deep competition, as you guys said. I'm looking forward to it.
Had to stop
We
yourself
all
from
are.
saying looking forward to getting that $250 prize pool.
Yeah, I did. You're right.
Okay.
Listen, man,
All right.
Thing in fun is $250 to a broke college student.
Hey,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you guys want to
okay, well, no, you're getting 50 of it. No, you're getting 50
Yeah,
of it, JK. Let's not
yeah, I
get too... Let's not get too...
Listen, $50 is $50.
Yeah, $50. Do it the things I would do for $50.
I could buy an entire half of a video game with that.
Bruh, in this economy,
Yeah,
you're
this
so
game
right.
is you.
Alright,
One Ray, guys.
sweet.
I'm proud of you.
Let's go.
Max, nobody cares.
Oh man.
I care.
I cared. I cared.
Thank you guys.
We do not care.
Oh,
Thanks.
see, Max, even Max
Man.
said thanks, because they're Thanksgiving.
That's right. And angry
Alright.
score bunny here.
So the one thing you guys don't see is we constantly spam ping thanks throughout the game.
Oh, that's awesome.
oh, I love
Yep.
that.
No.
Oh.
They can.
Or
No,
do
just
it.
lie, just lie.
I'll have it on our wheel. But
We do all
Well-
have it on our wheel, though.
Well, I mean, I do. I don't think anyone else does, because they're all
We
cringe,
do it
but...
sometimes. We do it
literally everybody
sometimes.
does.
So
Okay.
cringe.
Yeah, alright.
Alright.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you guys for coming in.
No problem.
Thanks.
Have a good day, y'all.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to see more league match and keep in touch with the league, you're welcome to join the Discord, I think. No, you're not, actually. I forgot that you're probably not. But you're welcome to subscribe to my channel. You can see